Hey, Jeff Ronning here, co-founder of Stealth Seminar. And today I'm going to teach you how you can find money. I'm talking about found money that is just sitting there waiting for you because we're talking about split testing. One of the greatest advancements, in my opinion, in business, in technology, is the ability we have now to split test. You know, back in the olden days, advertising, marketing, totally different, right? There was none of this cool stuff we've got now. If you wanted to do any marketing, you're going to have to go buy an ad, probably in a newspaper. You're going to be selling some hard goods. The response rate's going to be sent to New York. You're going to then months later add up the different coupons that came in. You're going to find out which one did well. And then you're going to go back through that process and see if you can beat it. You're talking about months upon months, tons of money, lots of manual labor, and today you can do it all much more efficiently, much quicker. I mean, literally, not like that, but certainly by today, I could test the bejabbers out of anything I wanted and get the full and complete picture today. And I could do it all from the comfort of my office. Wouldn't even have to leave. And obviously, they give us all these wonderful split testing tools. So one of the more powerful things you can do with your webinar is you can split test it, because by split testing it, you'll find money. It'll be found money. Now, there's different ways you want to split test your cold traffic webinar as well as your warm traffic webinar. So there's 3 ways to split test the cold traffic webinar. 1, the first thing you want to test, which will probably give you the highest bump, is frequency. So right now, if you're running a webinar and you're running it once a week, in all likelihood, the best thing you can do is test your frequency. Let's say you're making, and it doesn't even matter what this number is, I just pull a number. Let's say you're doing $1,000 on your webinar once a week. Well, let's see what happens when you run that webinar 10, 12 times a day. I bet you in all likelihood, you're going to get multiples of that single run. So first, test your frequency. The second thing is test 2 different price points for cold traffic. So if your offer is $2,000, test a $3,000 offer, test a $1,000 offer. Make it a substantial amount, because that's going to give you more valuable data. If your offer is $1,000, test $500, test $1,500. Test 2 different prices, 2 different order forms. That will give you a bump. It'll be found money. And the third thing to test with cold traffic is 2 different webinars. See, because you can do that now. You can create an entirely different webinar and see which one produces better. Cool, huh? Now, if you're talking about warm traffic, it's a little bit different, because if you're sending like to a community, you can't test some of those things, because obviously you don't want to be selling a product to Joe in your group for half the price as Ted in your group. So in that particular case, if it's to warm audiences, in that particular case, what you want to do is split test the webinar only. Webinar only. And that will give you unbelievable data. And it'll be found money. It'll be free. You know, yesterday I was talking to somebody and they said, Jeff, I love your webinar, which is currently on Stealth Seminar, for promoting Stealth Seminar. But he said, I know that's been there for a couple of years because I watch it again and again. And I said, yeah, you were right. His name was Jeff too. I said, yeah, you're right, Jeff, because I haven't been able to beat it yet. And so each year I go in and I try to beat that webinar. I create an entirely different webinar. Everything's totally different. The same price point in this particular case, because, you know, we keep our pricing very, 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 very straightforward. So, but I haven't been able to beat it. He said, how is that converting? And I'm like, geez, I kind of hate to tell you because I don't want you to get the wrong idea. But that webinar currently, right now, that's promoting Stealth Seminar, is converting at 62.5%, and that's cold traffic for a recurring service. Now, I don't want you to think, wow, if yours isn't doing anywhere near that, don't think that's bad, because 62.5% is not even like in the solar system of how good I should do. I'm good. I'm not that good. There just happens to be like the stars align in that, and for whatever reason, that thing busts, just does unbelievably good. But keep in mind, It's still there because I'm split testing and I haven't been able to beat it yet. Now, at some point in time, I will. And at that point in time, it's found money. And also keep in mind, that thing has now been optimized, split test, and it's gone through really 5 years of different versions. So up until the last two where it hasn't been beat. So all that to say that don't expect 62.5% on your webinar conversion, but through split testing, you can improve your webinars and it will be found money. I look forward to hearing of your success. Take care.